I think we're good to go, right, Danielle?
We're going to keep admitting people as they come, but it's 12:01. Actually, it's good afternoon for some individuals on the East Coast. So yes, I think we're good to go.
Well, welcome everyone to our town hall meeting. We're really glad you're here, and we're recording this session just in case your colleagues were unable to join us today. We're really excited about all the registrations coming in, but remember, early bird registration ends August 1st, so remind your colleagues. Today, our focus of our town hall meeting will be on logistics and also highlights of our upcoming conference. So we are going to begin with Gina Christ and Shauna Henley talking a little bit about Providence.
All right, welcome everyone. Hopefully you can hear me all right. We're really excited about Providence, Rhode Island. The weather should be gorgeous that time of year. We might not see the fall foliage in true play, but we should be getting some great hints of fall. So again, the dates are September 11th through the 14th. But if you're looking to attend a pre-conference session, we highly encourage you to come Sunday, September 10th, because all of our pre-conferences begin at 8 o'clock in the morning or otherwise noted. And we also have a post-conference this year that will be on Friday, the 15th. I'll turn it over to Elizabeth.
So Elizabeth is going to tell us a little bit about transportation from the airport to the hotel.
Hey everyone, you can find more information on what I'm sharing today on our website. If you go to NEAFCS.org and you scroll down, you scroll over to the meetings, you'll see a professional development tab and then an annual session tab. And if you scroll down, you'll see travel information. When you travel into the Providence Airport, you will have the airport is called the Rhode Island T.F. Green International Airport. It's about 17 minutes or 11 miles from the convention center. You'll have the option to take a taxi or Uber or Lyft if you are not renting a car. There are not any shuttles that run from the hotels, but they do have those three options. So when you go on the website, when you click on the travel information tab, you'll see another link that will take you into some more specific information when it comes to taxi and ride sharing. That's it for me on travel.
So next up, we're going to hear about the schedule. We'll start with Elizabeth and then Danielle and Marcia, actually in any order.
You want to start, Elizabeth? Would you? We need to talk about hotels. You want to go back and do hotels real quick, Elizabeth?
Sure. Hotel. We have 3 hotels for the conference. We are at the Graduate, the Marriott Courtyard, and the Hilton. These 3 hotels are within walking distance of the convention center. Just maybe a quick 4-minute walk from the Graduate and the Courtyard. The Hilton is a little bit closer. All of the information for our hotels are also shared on our website. And each one explains more specifically specific details about the hotel. But as you can see on the screen, those 3 hotels are sold out. So if you don't have a room there, we are working on additional hotels. We've just secured a room block at the Hampton, which is a little bit further out, but they have a shuttle that will run back and forth. It's a complimentary shuttle between the Hampton and the convention center. We will be sharing that information on the website soon. And then we also have a link here that you can click on that will take you to other hotels that are nearby.
And I also want to point out, we have now included on the hotel page a roommate matching link, and the sole purpose of this are individuals who have a room or need a room. So it does specify if they're willing to, share their room and have a roommate. We've tried to include as much information on their reservation when they're checking in, when they're checking out, where they're staying, and it's really kind of up to you to contact that individual directly. And then we also have on here if someone is in need of a room. So some of this may be like they don't have a room at all. Or as you kind of see on here, one individual has a room, they're just kind of looking for that initial day that they arrive now that their plans have changed. So this website is great. It is constantly changing as, their individuals are connecting with others. We're removing, but we're getting additions added to this page. And as Elizabeth mentioned, we'll soon be announcing the fourth hotel block. And so once we have that information, we will share it with members as well. Anything else on hotels from the group? No. All right. And I think next is the schedule. I can kind of get us started through this if you want. And we have a document that it is a working document. So as things progress and as we are working through the more detailed document, which should be posted very soon to the website, that will actually replace this one when that includes all of the sessions, posters, all the details essentially for the meeting. But what we're looking at today is just kind of the overall agenda. For those of you that are arriving early, early as in Saturday, there is a Providence water fire show. It's very popular. It's something they only do certain times of the year. It's completely free, and it's something they're really known for. So we've shared that information for those of you that are kind of, extending your trip and able to see that. If you're arriving on Sunday, registration will be open in the late afternoon. That's pretty much the only thing other than a national board meeting that occurs on Sunday. Monday, we kind of kick off annual session with our pre-conference workshops. They start at 8 a.m. and there will be a continental breakfast available for those that have purchased a ticket for the pre-conference. Then we go directly into our first-timer orientation and lunch. These are for first-time annual session attendees only. You had to have essentially either marked on your registration that you are a first-time attendee, or as we start to get closer, we will kind of go through an RSVP and make sure that those individuals are truly a first time. The reason for that is this is one of those meetings we can kind of never control. We sometimes have 80 people RSVP, but 120 first timers show up, and it's great. That's what we want. We want everyone to be there, but trying to prepare for that many for a quick luncheon, it gets a little hard. So if you are a first time attendee on this call, did not select that, or if you don't receive the RSVP, please let us know. It's very important. Affiliate officer meetings, these are open to obviously those in the affiliate leadership role. However, if you know that someone from your affiliate is not attending, whether it's a president-elect, a VP position, they can delegate an individual, or you can go to learn more about that, or at least take notes for those individuals. So that's a great opportunity to kind of hear what's going on in that position. And like I said, if you're not able to have somebody there in that role, try and send a delegate so someone can bring back some notes for the group. The leadership experience networking event, those are for the mentors and mentees. That more information will be coming out about that, but that's just a very quick kind of thank you reception that will take place right before the opening general session, which is pretty much our big true kickoff to annual session. That's going to be from 3 to 5:30. I'll let Shauna talk a little bit about the keynote speaker we have for that, and anything else you may want to share, Shauna, and or Gina. I know Gina's on here as well.
Yeah, I'll let Gina cover the speaker.
Yeah, so we're excited to have a keynote speaker, Dr. Rita Landgraf, who is a past chief of DSS here in Delaware. She has held a variety of different roles in social services. Her most current role is with the Department of Aging, and she has been on some national leadership roles, actually appointed by President Biden. So we're excited to have her come and speak about kind of what she's seeing in terms of the landscape as it relates to health, well-being, and all the things that we work on in family and consumer sciences.
Thanks, Gina. And then we go straight into our welcome event. And this is going to be on site at the Rhode Island Convention Center. And again, I'll let the liaisons talk about this because they have put a lot of work into this and we're very excited.
Thanks, Danielle. So yeah, you can see here that our welcome event is going to be on site right at the convention center. So it'll be just a short walk from our opening general session. And there I see a lot of our committee members who have been working really hard to kind of pull together an event that'll be engaging and a lot of fun. So we are actually combining the welcome event with the marketplace. So we'll have some local vendors who will be providing the sale of their local goods. We're hoping to have some taste testing going on with one of our national vendors. We'll have jazz music, and we'll also be doing some fun photography. So photo booth for taking pictures with your colleagues, your affiliate, whoever you want to take a picture with. So we're trying to really kind of make this a fun and engaging event. And we will also be highlighting through dinner some of the local kind of seafood options. So we're excited about that as well.
All right. Moving into Tuesday, when the schedule gets updated, you will notice we were not going to be doing wellness activities like we've done in the past here. We will probably provide a list of opportunities around the Rhode Island Convention Center that individuals can kind of get together and do these on their own time, but we will not have a dedicated morning activity. So we will kick off with concurrent sessions. We will have, I think, 3 blocks of concurrent sessions during that time. The hospitality table is the Eastern Region hospitality. That's for every attendee to go and stop by. There will be a little surprise for the different attendees to pick up. We'll also have, or they will also have more information to share with you all on the, what's available, plus just some other opportunities for members. So definitely something you want to go at least to, go and get your little trinket and then maybe stop by multiple times throughout the meeting. If you're a Life member and you're on the call, we will have a Life member meeting. And then the regional business meeting and awards luncheons, we will have one luncheon for each region. So we hope everybody attends their region's lunch and regional awards presentation. And then we will go right into the in-depth sessions. That's always a little bit of a scramble because we're coming out of those luncheons and I know we have to get on the buses, but we will have lots of volunteers to help with signage to get everybody in the right place. And if you've purchased any tickets, they will be in your attendee packet, so you will have those available. A couple of things to keep in mind on the in-depths and the pre-cons. If you've seen on our website that we are offering the Blythewold, for example, in depth, but you go to register and you don't see it, that's because it has sold out at this point. So any opportunities that you are not seeing within the registration form, they are no longer available due to the maximum attendance has been reached. If you are attending the program leaders meeting, they will start on Tuesday afternoon. And we will also have our exhibitors and our showcase of excellence set up that afternoon. And then Tuesday evening, when you return from in-depth sessions, or if you are not going, we typically do our Estates Night Out, and we do have opportunities for photos, for state photos, and we are working on a photographer right now, so we'll finalize that schedule. Last year, we posted it online and allowed people to sign up prior to arriving on site. So we're looking to do that again once we can get that finalized. Moving into Wednesday, again, we pretty much start with concurrent sessions, hospitality tables open again that day. We will have the program leaders will have their second day from 12:15 to 4, and then we go right into the exhibit hall. So the exhibit hall hosts our lunch, our silent auction, our showcase of excellence poster sessions, and there is a specific time from 12:30 to 1:30 in which those posters will be manned. So if you are interested in meeting with one of those presenters and learning a little bit more, we recommend you kind of just note that 1 hour block, as that's going to be the only time that we're actually asking them to man it. Of course, they are more than welcome to be there longer, but that time is more of like the dedicated time on the schedule. We will have the National Dining with Diabetes program. Again, the program leaders meeting. Oh, actually, that's on there twice. I believe that's an error. So the program leaders meeting is, I think, from the 12:15 to 4 o'clock time. We'll have to fix that there. Exhibit forums run during the exhibit hall time. When we have that final schedule of the different opportunities, we will post that as well. And then for the main attendee, everything kind of closes out with the annual business meeting running until 4:15. Now, remember, the hall runs until 5 and the silent auction runs till 5. But the business meeting is open for all members. Delegates are required to attend. And if you're wondering what a delegate is, your affiliate will reach out to you and ask you to be a delegate. Based on the number of members that you have in your affiliate is the number of delegates you get. We are in the process based on our policy in finalizing those membership numbers, and delegates are being finalized through August 1. So if you are a delegate, you will need to be there ahead of time to check in and get your seat. If you are a member that is just looking to attend, there is going to be seating behind the delegates for you, kind of in a theater seating. And then for those that receive an invitation to the leadership event, that will occur offsite from 6:30 to 8:30, and that will be at the Graduate. So moving into the last day, and then we're going to take a quick break and see if anybody else on the call has anything they want to share on the overall schedule. The last day, we do have the exhibit hall open. We will have continental breakfast, and we will have the showcase of excellence posters displayed in there. Again, silent auction ended on Wednesday at 5, so that will no longer be in the hall. And those the winners will need to pick up their auction item on Thursday afternoon. We will have exhibit forums again during the time of the hall. Different planning committee meetings will be held that morning. And we will have one round of concurrent sessions before we go into our closing general session. And I'm actually going to pause and see if Gina or Shauna want to share a little bit more about our closing general session keynote speaker.
So for closing keynote speaker, Gina, correct me if I'm wrong, but we have someone named Jim Snacks that's going to be talking about humor as a way to help bring life into your education when appropriate. So I think we'll be ending on a nice high note from thinking 10,000 feet theoretically and then thinking directly into your own teaching skill set.
Thank you. All right, and then lunch is on your own that day. We will have a few meetings for past national presidents, the national board, and then that 1 to 2 o'clock time frame. Marcia, maybe you can share a little bit. I know the committee is still working on the discussion forums and the topics we're going to have here. They will not be concurrent sessions. We will do kind of like a discussion forum type session for this. And once we have this information, we will post it in the overall schedule. But if you want to share a little bit.
Sure. So we are working on topics that we thought would be relevant. We're looking for ways to continue conversations after the annual session is over. So we actually have scheduled dates for the topics that we have selected to meet in October. So that committee is, working on gathering some information from participants about other topics that they want addressed through the membership or professional development. So there'll be some opportunities to provide and guide professional development in that way. One other thing that I thought of as you were sharing too was the Showcase of Excellence. We haven't mentioned the ambassadors, but the ambassadors some of them will be judging the poster contests, not the award-winning posters, our Showcase of Excellence posters, but those that are just. And so you'll want to check out what Showcase of Excellence posters have won awards.
Thanks, Marcia. And then jumping back in, we've got program leaders will complete their third day. We will roll right into committee meetings. These are the national committees, and they're open to any member who wants to participate. So whether you've served on that committee or are serving on the committee and want to continue, or you're interested in learning more. If you've never served on a committee and you're kind of, not sure which one, this is a great opportunity to go and kind of hop around to the different ones and hear about the different opportunities. We usually group them by the vice president. So the committees are kind of, if it's public affairs committees, they're all in the same room, just kind of separated by tables. So you have an opportunity to go and learn a little bit about each of them if that's something you're interested in doing. And then we will have our president's reception honoring Julie that evening, followed by our closing awards banquet. And then if you are staying on Friday, just like we have prior to with the water fire show, this is a little different as the liaison set this up, but we do have an oyster tour. We are offering one on Monday, and I believe the Monday one is sold out. So you may not see that on the registration anymore, but there is an oyster tour opportunity on Monday. And then there is another one on Friday. And I'm going to pause there. If you all want to, Shauna, Gina, Marcia, anybody wants to share anything I've missed, details to help the attendees, that would be wonderful.
I wanted to jump in. Sorry, Shauna, I see you just unmuted. We had two questions. One regarding the first timer meeting, and it is, and Danielle, please correct me if I'm wrong on this. I know we had this issue last year. It's truly a first timer to any NEAFCS annual session. That includes virtual and in person. So it's a real, truly first timer to any annual session. And then the second question was regarding if we have a wait list for any of the in-depths that are sold out. We do not, and we haven't done those in the past. I don't know if that's something that we're able to do this year, but we currently do not have a wait list for those.
Yeah, so on the wait list, just so you know, our system is set up that if someone cancels, it's removed, it automatically opens. So it's hard for us to control, when that new ticket becomes available. So if it's something you're interested in, I would definitely keep an eye on the registration form and check. And if you want to ask us, possibly, like, we know which ones are being asked about. If they're going to be a big hit that someone might grab that, we can let you know. But like I said, the way our system works, it just kind of opens that ticket, and before we even know it, it's probably already been picked up.
Are we ready to move along, Danielle?
I believe we are complete with reviewing the schedule. So if we want to go into any in-depth
Sure.
conversation.
Sure. I just want to remind everybody, I hope you're getting excited after seeing all that, and please rest up. We have a very full schedule. 2 weeks from today, the early bird registration discount ends. So if you haven't registered yet, it would be a good idea to do that as soon as you can. Next up on our agenda for today, we have anything that Shauna wants to add about in-depth sessions, pre-conference workshops, and the oyster tours.
If you haven't signed up for one of them, please go back, see what's available. We had about 15 total pre-conference posts and in-depths. Again, a great value. especially if you're trying to show need and cost effective PD from your program leader or your dean. Another thing that we wanted to highlight is that we did receive some conference funding. So please, if you are attending any of these sessions, as well as the overall conference, we're really aiming for 100% participation in the evaluation piece. So we really need your feedback to help report back to our funders. And again, help the next group have another successful annual session for 2024.
Anything else that you want to share, Shauna?
It's a great opportunity. So we hope we made your decision on which one to attend very, very difficult. So if you felt that way, we did our job. So thanks again to our subcommittee and everyone else that's helped make this happen.
And I'll add my thanks. I know how much work has gone into this from lots and lots of people. So let's make this a great conference. And I'm excited about being in Providence. Next up, we have Elizabeth talking a little bit about the exhibit hall.
Sorry, I was muted. So as for those of you that have attended before, you know, our exhibit hall, our silent auction, and showcase of excellence are all held in the same space. That will be the same again this year. We will also serve meals in there. Wednesday's lunch and Thursday breakfast will be in the exhibit hall, and then adjacent to the exhibit hall, you'll actually be able to access it through the exhibit hall. We will have our exhibitor forums. Those are 30-minute presentations offered by the different exhibitors, and those will run on Wednesday and Thursday as well.
And oh, sorry, Julie, I just want to say exhibitors will have a raffle ticket, and that is for you to kind of go around and meet with them, you know, learn about their products and services, and they'll give you a raffle ticket. And then we will do a drawing on Wednesday and Thursday, one on the close of the hall on Wednesday, one at the close of the hall on Thursday. And the winners will receive a little gift. So definitely go around and you know, network and connect with those exhibitors. They're helping us support the meeting as well.
Elizabeth, do you have anything more that you want to add?
Nope, that was it.
Okay, then we're ready to move along to hear about our silent auction from Will Ferguson.
Good afternoon, everybody. So just like last year and in some previous years since we first went virtual, our silent auction is going to be hosted on an online platform. It'll be the same one. So if you've taken part in it before, it's going to run exactly the same way. If you're new to the online platform, it's a really simple process. There's a website you'll go to where you'll be able to view all the items, description of them, any special circumstances such as expiration dates surrounding some of the items. And you will see on those descriptions, on those listings, if the item is something that must be picked up in person at annual session during that pickup time on Thursday, or if it's something that the donor will be shipping to you after annual session. So when you make your bids, please do pay attention to that so you know how to expect to get your item. Now, if you are unable to attend annual session, but you do want to bid on an item that is on-site only pickup, you can designate a friend or colleague to pick that up for you. They'll just need to show that you'll pay for your item in the event that you win, and then you'll just forward that paid confirmation to your friend, and your friend will be able to come up to the pickup area on Thursday, show that confirmation and payment, and you will be able to receive that item to take it home with you. We are going to open up silent auction for bidding 2 weeks prior to the actual opening of annual session, which is something we did last year. It gives you a chance to go ahead and get in there, start making your bids. The system's really cool in that it will notify you when you've been outbid. So while we do want you to go into the exhibit hall, to view the items that are brought to annual session for the silent auction and to interact with our exhibitors and other things in there. If you are away in a concurrent session or some otherwise tied up at the moment, you will know if you've been outbid, so you can quickly do another bid right online to secure your item. So that's pretty neat in my opinion. So just like last year, for those items that are brought on site, there will be a setup with the tables and volunteers there to help you if you do have any questions. There will be a book on site that has a page for every item that's available that will have a QR code, so you can simply scan it with your phone. It'll take you right to that item on the silent auction platform online, so you can find it very easily and make your bids. For those of you who are bringing items, as Danielle showed during the schedule, there are plenty of times to drop those off. We do, however, if you know you're going to bring an item, please go ahead and fill out the donation item form, which is found on the website. Danielle just put the silent auction page in the chat box to take you directly there. We do prefer that you go ahead and let us know that your item is going to be available. Snap a picture or two, send that in to me along with your form. All the instructions are on that page that's in the chat box. And I will go ahead and get your item up and everything up there so that folks can see it and start bidding on it when it opens 2 weeks prior. Again, 5 o'clock on Wednesday. That is the final bid. There is no wiggle room because the system will automatically shut down at 5 o'clock. It will shut down and you will immediately, if you are the winner, you will immediately get an email from the system saying, congratulations, you won XYZ. Here's the total amount due. Click here to pay. And if at all possible, you should go ahead and make your payment as soon as you can, because the volunteers who will be doing the silent auction pickup will be using that information to know when you come up to the desk if you've already paid. If you instead really need to pay with a check or cash, we will accept that on site at the pickup time. Just be prepared to fill out a brief form with that payment information. Of course, if you win an item or items and you are not there to pick them up, we will try and contact you. So please make sure that you do show up during that window of time, because we want to make sure that you pick up the items you want. So bid high and bid often. There's a list on the page that does cover the things that we might suggest. Again, if it's something you're going to ship, keep that in mind. If it's something you're going to bring on site to donate, please keep in mind, folks who are going to be bidding on that item are going to have to shove it in their suitcase. So a lot of times the larger items are shipping only, which has benefited both donors and winners in the past couple of years. So we hope that you will feel the same way about that. No alcohol, once again, this year. There's just too many complications with that. So unfortunately, no alcohol, because shipping across state lines is a problem. If anybody has any questions, please let me know. But otherwise, that's pretty much everything you know about the need to know about the silent auction. You can expect to see it. We've been putting it in the newsletter, and you can expect to see, as a member, getting some more updates about that to keep you in the loop. But if you ever have any questions, please reach out to me, and I'd be more than happy to assist you.
Thank you very much, Will. Next, we are going to go back to Elizabeth, and she's going to talk a little bit about meals at special functions and any special requests you might have.
Okay, so this year we will serve we'll get breakfast if you sign up for a pre-con session. You'll have lunch if you're a first timer. On Monday, we will have dinner with Monday evening's event. Tuesday, we serve lunch at the regional business meetings. Wednesday, we serve lunch with in the exhibit hall. Thursday morning, we'll serve breakfast in the exhibit hall, and then Thursday evening, of course, there's dinner with the awards banquet. If you have a true allergy, or if you're a vegetarian or vegan, we request that you share that on your registration form. This isn't a meal preference, like I don't like to eat squash or whatever it is, because we aren't able to specifically plan meals for preferences. But we do want to make sure, if you have a true allergy or if you are vegetarian or vegan, that we try to accommodate those meal options. If you do share that with us on your registration form, you'll have a green, usually it's green, ticket in your name badge that you can share with the banquet staff so that they can get that meal for you. And that's all I have for meals.
All right, thank you, Elizabeth. And continue to pop any questions you have into the chat, and we'll also have time for questions at the end. I hope you come to the reception for the president, me, this year. We will be bringing a special treat from North Dakota that you're not going to want to miss. So I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it's really good. I also wanted to add that this year I chose as our president's charity the endowment fund. I chose that because it really benefits our members and it helps ensure our finances for the future. So, please consider donating to the endowment fund. And I also want to give you a preview. Next year is our 90th anniversary of NEAFCS. It had different names along the way, but we're coming up on year 90. So we are also beginning plans for that. And if you have ideas, every month I keep that little bright ideas area open after my video that I do. So if you have thoughts, send me your thoughts and we'll try to incorporate that. So next up on the list, and we have a very full agenda today, we'd like to hear a little bit about the service project from any of the liaisons.
Great. So for this year's annual session, our service project is going to be a little bit more of what we're used to with the traditional donation. So you are able to write a check and we will be taking it, and Danielle corrects me, or Elizabeth, at the hospitality table. So that'll be open. And again, we'll be refreshing your memory of when you can drop off the check and who to make it out to. So this will be with the University of Rhode Island, and the money that we collect is going to be going to their free farmers market. So right now in 2022, your URI served roughly 5,000 students, or about 14% of their student population, with their free farmers market. So your donations go really far for the next group of bright minds going off into the world, hopefully an extension. Another way that people can also provide service is through an in-depth where you get to go apple picking. So those apples that you pick are going to go towards the free farmers market. So we have the traditional method of donations, and we're hoping to reach $5,000 or more. And then the second option is if you signed up to pick apples. And just a reminder, URI told us that there are yellow jackets on site for the apples. So we are out in nature, and just be prepared for what nature can and can't bring.
That sounds really fun. Next up, we have Will Ferguson with an update on ambassadors.
So hopefully you guys follow us on social media and you've been getting our emails where we were looking for applicants for this year's NEAFCS Annual Session ambassadors. That did close yesterday. We left it open an extra weekday so in case anybody missed their opportunity, we did leave it open through yesterday. That is now closed. So hopefully if you were interested, you did get that in. The names of the applicants have been shared with the committee as of this morning. And so they will turn that around as quickly as they can, the selection process, and then notify the ambassadors who have been chosen as ambassadors for this year. There will be a training in August that is mandatory to take part in. And so you'll receive all that information for anyone who did apply. So if you do have any members at your colleagues and friends who ask you, you can tell them that they should find out fairly soon. So the ambassador program is an important way that we help all of our members, guests, and attendees, our guest speakers, and everyone on site at annual session feel welcomed and feel the love of NEAFCS, right? We're all one big family. So they are, at their core, they are volunteers to help make sure everyone knows not only the simple things like, where's the bathroom? Where's this class I'm supposed to be in? Where are the buses? because we do have a number of other volunteers that are very important, both locally and those that will be using the Sign Up Genius to volunteer. But these are a bit different than that. They will be hosting a lot of the concurrent sessions and things like that. And you'll know who they are because they will be wearing a special blue armband again this year. So if you see someone with a blue armband and you have a question, please reach out to them and let them know. They can help you with things such as, hey, I'm really interested in food and safety. You know, do you have any ideas of like what I should potentially, do you have a recommendation for me of something I can do here? Or I want to get more involved in NEAFCS in general. What can you tell me? So they're a little bit, like I said, they're more than just a hall monitor. They're there to help with everything and anything that you and our other attendees could possibly need. So again, you'll know them by the blue armband, and feel free to stop anyone you see with one and ask them questions about it. If you have questions about ambassadors in general, or you just want more information, you can reach out to us at the office, again, or ask somebody on site if something occurs to you. But that's pretty much it for ambassadors for 2023.
And last on my agenda, we have Elizabeth with a presenter Know Before You Go update.
Okay, so if you are a presenter, you should have received an email notification from us with your acceptance letter, providing details on what time your session and what time, what day. We collected information from you on whether or not you were going to bring your own laptop. We are asking all presenters to bring a laptop, and if you weren't able to please let us know. This information is contained on the website. I see Danielle's opened up the page for you now. So you can go back and reference this at any time. You'll see that things that are provided in your room will be a projector and a screen, a podium and a microphone, and we will have a table so you can lay out materials. Please bring your presentation on a thumb drive if you are not bringing your own laptop. I would even recommend just bringing it on a thumb drive just as a backup in case there's an issue with your laptop connecting. You'll also see that we do offer general basic Wi-Fi in all the rooms. So if you're going to have something like you're wanting to show a video, you want to make sure you embed that in your PowerPoint presentation. Showcase of excellence presenters. I think Danielle already mentioned when you're going to set up. You'll be provided with a poster board. It's 4x8 cork board and thumbtacks. So you will be able to get in there and attach your items to that poster board. And there will also be a table for you to display materials on. Also, please note that all presenters, if you're going to be at the meeting in person presenting, you do need to register for the conference. That is required. I don't know if I have anything else to share for presenters, but you can find all of that information there on the website to reference. There is another link that's also included on the website for more specific information to, if you're a concurrent session presenter or a showcase of excellence presenter, you'll see those links there as well.
Well, thank you, Elizabeth. And now we're ready for any questions you might have about any of the topics we've been going through.
If I might add just one more thing before we do, I'm so
Sure.
sorry I did not think about this prior. I would have put it on our agenda. For any award winners who are on this call or watching it, or those of you who have the ability to reach out to the members in your state who may have won awards, we in the middle of the process of the RSVP, which is due August 1st, which again is the same date as the early bird registration deadline ends. And it's very, very important we do receive that national RSVP as well as the regional one. But the national does have assigned seating for the award winners, their guests, and their team members, which is very important in making sure that the process for the award ceremony runs as smoothly as possible. So if you can help spread the word about that, I would be greatly appreciative. And if they do have any questions or need any help with that, please have them reach out to me at the office. Thank you.
All right, we already have a question in the chat box. Do all officers need to attend? If we can only send a few officers, who would be best? We're unsure of if all of us will be able to attend. And I'll just say, no, you don't all have to attend. We'd love to have you attend. Danielle, Will, any comments on that?
I'll just kind of restate, if you are unable to have your officers attend, and there's a way to get at least a representative or even the same person kind of jumping from the different affiliate officer meetings, that's great. NEAFCS did again provide a discounted registration for the affiliate president or president-elect and or designee. So hopefully at least every affiliate president, president-elect, or a designee is able to attend from the state. And then regarding, is there a deadline for members to become part of national in order to register? So you actually can become a member of national anytime to register for annual session. So literally up until the day on site. If you are wanting that membership to count towards your delegate number, for those of you that are, leaders in affiliate roles, you understand that membership has to come in prior to August 1. So if you are looking at your delegate numbers and you're wanting to, if you're off by 5 members, want to get up to that next step, and you're trying to get those members in, August 1 is the deadline for that. What about voting delegates? So it's the same thing with this. Voting delegates do not have to be a leadership role. The affiliate president or president-elect will designate the number of delegates based on how many members you have. Those individuals can be any member type. If you do not have that many members present, if you are allotted, let's say 3 delegates, but only 2 of your members attend, you only get 2 votes. There isn't really a proxy vote essentially, because on-site business does happen and we're unable to share all information ahead of time for those individuals to make that information. So hopefully I've answered that. And I saw Rick, you on mute, so maybe.
I was just going to follow up on a quick with the officer question. If you're not able to have enough members attend to fill all the officer meetings, the national VPs will be doing a follow-up meeting, likely within about 30 days of annual session, where they will go over the same information. We know that not all states are going to be able to have all of their officers attending. So there is kind of that expectation, that plan, that there will be a follow-up meeting for those officers that aren't able to attend, that they'll still be able to get the information that they need to do to perform their duties. So do know that that will happen, and that those officers will be given an opportunity to attend a virtual session of that specific meeting, probably within about 30 days. And the VPs, whoever is the corresponding national VP, will send out a message to them. That's one reason why it's very important to make sure that you do have an updated officer roster with Will, because they'll use the roster based on whoever is currently assigned to those officers that Will has on file to send out that invitation to attend that virtual meeting.
I saw a question earlier about restaurants for 10 or more. I believe we have that on our website, just like an interactive link. Am I correct, Danielle?
I posted that in the chat. There is on the Go Providence page, there is a link that allows you to sort by the location. And as of right now, all the Providence locations are checked. You can sort by, type of food. And then on there, it says like private dining room for 10 or 20 or 50. So you can utilize that link. It is honestly the most, consolidated group of or restaurant listing that we have. We'll see if we can put together a more detailed list if you're not able to utilize that, but that would be the best one to look at. I dropped the direct link in there, but that is on the NEAFCS Annual Session page. I believe it's under the Explore, Providence, and Trip Planning area, but I will add kind of another tab that just says States Night Out and link that directly there as well.
Thanks, Danielle. Any more questions? If you want to drop those in the chat.
Or they can unmute and
Or
turn your
unmute,
camera
yes.
on.
We'll give people a little bit of time here. Well, I'm not seeing any. You can always ask questions after this session today. I'll just bring us to a close. We're almost at our hour. Thank you very much for joining us. Thanks for all our presenters and all our committees and so on. I'm excited. I didn't know we already have 500 attendees thereabouts so far. Don't forget to register, and you can catch that early bird deadline for lower price registration by August 1st, which is 2 weeks from today, I think. And then keep checking back for any updates on the conference on our website. They're always updating things, so that's a good place to check. And if you want to attend any of those special sessions, pre-conferences, and that sort of thing, remember that we have limited seats. So if you're really interested in that, be sure to go and check that out. Danielle, Will, Elizabeth, any closing comments?
I had one quick question. Did
Sure.
the convention center actually say that they have kind of spotty internet, or is that just?
No, they didn't say they have spotty internet. It's just what is provided complimentary as part of our registration. It is basic Wi-Fi as part of our contract. We don't pay for the fancy full Wi-Fi so that all members can stream or whatever. So it's what we always have at any of the meetings. Basic Wi-Fi.
Okay.
So the one thing that they do a little differently is they kind of set you on a timeline. So when you log into the Wi-Fi, it's going to put a 2-hour time limit on your connection. So after 2 hours, you might notice that you'll have to kind of reconnect the login. It's not going to ask you for payment. It just does that to make sure that you don't have 100 people that, got on it the day before are still close by and are still connected, still using that bandwidth. So it's actually to help support those that are needing it. That's the only kind of nuance to their Wi-Fi, but it should be great. It will work well. It's just we don't pay for to have dedicated internet. We just use what's available.
I guess what I was to clarify, is there an issue then when a lot of people are getting on their internet that there's going to be issues as far as reliability?
I mean, that should not be the case. Okay. If you are a presenter, as we stated, and it's on our website, if you're a presenter and you do have a video or something like that, we highly recommend you embed it. It just adds more protection in getting your video to display. If you're just looking to use it on your phone like a normal browse, and be able to access our website and things like that, that should not be an issue. We are not going to have a conference app. We will be providing a pre-conference website where we'll link all the different documents. We've done that in the past if you've attended, where we'll have kind of our program book and just anything you need to have on site. And most of that's in the program book, but we kind of, share that at least electronically as well, but we won't have an app. So there won't be a true need for anybody to be on their phone for that purpose.
Okay.
And there's a little comment, is the pre-conference in-depth lookbook updated to include only the sessions that have spots? And Shauna said, no, it isn't. So be aware of that. And then there's another note that I hope you've read from Will. Send updated rosters, if you have one, to membership@neafcs.org and copy your regional director. That is a really important thing, to keep those updated rosters in, because that determines who is on our various listservs and who gets communication. So really important to have those updated rosters in. Any other questions or comments?
I had another question.
No, that's okay. That's good.
Our university is going to have an exhibit booth. So are we allowed to pull up and park at the convention center to unload? Is there a loading and unloading area? We don't want to get towed if we're coming in, so.
I'll need to check on that, but you'll receive an exhibitor kit as an exhibitor, and it will contain all of that information. Those go directly to exhibitors, so you should be getting that soon.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, any final questions or comments? Well, on behalf of the board and everyone else, we really look forward to seeing everyone at the conference coming up in not too long. So keep checking that website. That'll have the most recent information uploaded. So that's your gateway. So we'll see you in Providence.